Out there. Surely not.
John Higgins, 16.
Well, that's incredible. I mean, it's a fast table, but apparently not fast enough.
It was the only way I could play that shot dead weight, because any harder he wasn't going to be on the black. Red, in off the red to pot the one over the pocket. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
One.
Not only did he pot the red, he actually had the foresight to put a little bit of side on to help it get position on the black. Look at the way it comes off the second cushion. Beautiful little shot.
Eight. Nine.
I think you always expect matches between these two to be close, but actually recent ones haven't been. O'Sullivan won 6-0 here last year.
50.
And in some of the Home Nations events, Higgins has had some big wins, 5-0, 5-1 last two tournaments.
60.
But the signs are not good for the Scotsman so far this evening. There's another chance there he had.
I think when you've got two players who score as heavily as these two is on any one given night,
23.
Obviously when someone's sat in their chair, there's nothing they can do about it. So if one of these guys hits form, heavy defeats can happen. Solid shot with the rest.
24.
You go by body language, the way the players are going around the table, there's no doubt who looks the more positive, and that's Ronnie. John, even this afternoon, just looks a little bit tentative, a little bit low in confidence.
31. $32.
No, that's
35.
incredible. He's hit the bunch in exactly the perfect place. And to not be on anything. Watch this. Important here that he missed the pink and got into the reds right in the middle, and he did that. Very unlucky. This is quite an acute angle if he's taking this red on to the left middle. Thought better of it.
So well cued. He did seem to think twice, but then got back down and knocked it in. He was unlucky not to be on something easier.
Yeah, it was almost as if he knew the safety shot was the right shot, but he just wanted to keep potting. He felt so confident.
42.
Didn't want to leave the table.
43.
Only his third tournament of the whole season, but of the previous two, he won the first one in Shanghai, got to the semis
49.
the second, the English Open.
$50.
Just checking the scores, couple more reds needed.
56. $57.
That was funny. Before that last red, Ronnie actually shook his head because he was an inch out of positional play. Probably most people at home will be thinking he's perfect on that red.
62.
Well, it was Higgins who left a red short to this pocket,
63.
and he's been punished.
Yeah, as I mentioned, obviously 2 or 3 times it's the unforced errors that are costing John.
68.
He was in first in both frames, but he's lost both of them.
69. $75.
Well, he made 2 centuries this afternoon
76.
to take his career tally to 959.
$82. 84.
You would think somewhere around Crucible time, possibly, for the 1000.
But he sort of seems set up for that, doesn't it? You know, a show-stopping 1000th century at the World Championship.
87.
He made 74 last season. It just depends how many tournaments he plays in, I guess. But it would be just like him to do it there.
91.
This is going to be another one for the total.
102.
Really well worked break. His 3rd century of the day. John Higgins has got to cut out the unforced errors because
we're in the left corner of the table, bottom left, so he doesn't leave that red near the left middle. Well, that's an error, big error. I don't know what he tried. I think he tried to pot the first red. If he'd have played the 100% safety, that wouldn't have happened. Maybe asked a bit too much of himself there.
One.
That's a good shot. The play on the blue. It's very well controlled. I mean, he wanted the blue back on its spot, and that's what he's achieved.
Yes, you always want the high value colours where they should be, especially with the pink being in an unusual segment of the table.
This kind of shot would go unnoticed. Could be a nail biter this match, but Ronnie's already doing it. We've got a funny feeling this could go all the way. Now that red could come in play then. So like under his arm, his bridge hand. The sort of shot he would play left-handed, but if he did play left-handed, I think he'd make a waistcoat foul. So now this is a rest shot. A little bit more difficult than he wants.
If you want an indication of just how tough a school this is, O'Sullivan's 3-2 behind, and his pod success rate is 95%.
10.
Huggins at 93 is more than respectable.
$30. 40.
We know that O'Sullivan's got a
19.
great power game, but he's also got finesse. And that's what's required on a
20.
table of this nature.
$27. 28.
Oh, chance to go into the bunch here. A little bit of a slow walk
33.
round. He'd love to get to the red over the pocket, but the other red's in the way. Does he play the plant as he do play the red on the left in off from the other one? I don't think he's going to play the plant. It's the first red I think he's playing. Yeah. He didn't need the other red.
34.
That's actually quite a good shot. I don't think it was full pocket.
$39.
I guess the complete snooker neutral is
40.
just loving these two playing each other. Wants Ronnie to make it 3-3. John was showing some signs he could just pull away in this match. But I think John will be fully aware
47.
that this is a Ronnie O'Sullivan that's not playing
48.
badly himself. It's a very interesting match building up here.
Yes, and he seems totally invested in the contest. He's
55.
concentrating well.
56.
Maybe I'll get a smattering of applause when this goes in
63.
because it's the one for the frame.
64.
Now it's just a question of how many.
$71.
Of course,
72.
O'Sullivan is moving ever closer to that magic, unprecedented 1000th century break. Some people are saying it could happen this season.
79.
Maybe it will happen next season. The only thing we can say for certain, it's going to happen at some point.
Thanks. So. 80. $87. 88. $93. 94.
So it made that look easy. It certainly wasn't. Yes, you want to see him get the century because, as you say, it just takes him one nearer to that magical 1,000.
99. Foul.
A pity.
John Higgins, 4.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The red has not gone to safety. There's a gap between the brown and, of course, the green. He can get through.
One.
Well, these tables have been very responsive, and shots like this, you've really got to judge them perfectly. Otherwise, we'll just race on and on. And Ronnie has landed it very nicely this time. It's a great shot to finish on the top red.
5.
That opens up a number of options.
Six. $13. 14.
That's excellent. Little flick from the first red.
21.
Finish on nothing there. Certainty to be on a couple of options. Now all of a sudden you feel the
22.
match could be swinging again. John having won 3 frames in a row. Ronnie with a century and now in first here. Never going to be much between these two.
29.
So if you can grasp the advantage back, you have to take it.
30.
Over the years, certain matches between the game's leading exponents sometimes haven't lived up to expectations. That's just the way it is. But this match most certainly is living up to expectations.
Thank you.
The two old adversaries, the
38.
two gladiators with so much silverware, butting heads and providing great entertainment.
$45. 46.
Just a question of what goes here. There's reds that go to either middle pocket. So he wants to finish low on the bunch from here. Yep, I think he's looking at the red to the left middle. Just wants to land in behind it nicely.
$53.
And he'll go into the bunch and potting it as well.
54.
Well, that's okay, but it's not inch perfect on the pink. Didn't quite work out as he thought. Oh, this is a big shot. No recovery blue. He's always been brilliant at that shot. When he first turned professional, he was knocking those in for fun. He's still got it.
59. 60.
What a weapon that is to have in the armoury. As Neil said, it's always been there. And even now, you can rely on him.
67.
Just dig in the blue.
68. $73. 74. $81. $82.
Well, he had back-to-back centuries against Stuart Bingham. They could have another
89.
brace here, along with the one from earlier.
90.
A little nudge on the right-hand red.
$97.
Played it brilliantly, didn't he? Couldn't drop it in or anything. Oh, magic. This is absolute magic. This match is just getting better and better.
106.
You have to say that O'Sullivan is scoring as heavily at the moment as he's ever done in his career.
There's no deterioration in his game whatsoever.
110.
His attitude is perhaps better than it was in his 20s and 30s.
112.
These are the golden days for O'Sullivan. Not the golden years.
115. $119.
1 year after Jack Nicklaus had taken Augusta National
124.
apart, Bobby Jones said to him, "Mr. Nicklaus, you play a game to which I am not
130.
accustomed." The same phrase applies here.
137.
Genius!
It's gone further than the cue ball.
One.
It could be off again here. And we mentioned the kind of scoring power that he's shown all day. Not in 5 centuries.
Five centuries in a day. Some of the lower ranked players, and I'm not being unkind here, just truthful, some of the lower ranked players don't make 5 centuries
4.
in a season.
Let's name some names, Phil. Come on.
Me.
No, I was being cruel there. No, he's played brilliantly. And look, this game is about one thing. You've got to score when you're in. There's lots of other parts to it, but if you're not doing that bit, all the rest of it is not relevant. You can play all the best safety in the world, but if you don't punish when you get chances, no good to you. Ronnie is in a punishing mood.
Nine. 10. $50.
Well, of course, he'd love to. He's working around getting the black into play. That's what this is all revolving around. I feel it's all leading up to that.
60.
Well, the right-hand red is the one he's on. He may have wanted to go a bit further than he's finished there. I'll see how he works this shot. I think the referee, Brendan Moore, finishes respotting this.
22.
See if he can possibly get the black and the red away from each other here. Well, he played it the safe way and screwed up the table.
23.
It's not the worst outcome.
$27. $28.
There you have it. Within 3 shots, the black's on its spot. There's no reds anywhere near it. And that's why he's such a wonderful player.
35.
A wonderful break builder. And the next piece
36.
of the jigsaw is to get the bunch open.
And if he does it, the end will be nigh.
That's a very good split. He played that so well. It's all about
43.
getting the cue ball to zip into them.
$44.
When you think about it, you know, O'Sullivan is the embodiment
46.
of the title of this tournament. He is a champion of champions. That wasn't the best positional shot, but overall tonight he's played beautifully.
Yes, he just finished in between
47.
there, didn't he, on that red, but I feel he is literally 1 shot away from winning the match, and that is to get nicely on the next red, the point where nothing can stop him. And that could be the shot.
50.
He's worked hard at this break. It's not been simple. Black was completely out of the game. And he's an artist when it
51.
comes to break building.
57.
applause, but one more question to be answered.
Indeed. Wow. A little rueful smile. He didn't really want to be knocking this pink in because I think he's got centre ball striking, but it's a more pressurised shot than he ever wanted. This is match ball. Nothing can stop him. This has been a great display from O'Sullivan, you know. Don't think he'd put him under pressure. 1-3 in a row.
64.
And how well has he responded?
$65.
As he gets older,
68.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, the bar seems to get higher.
$69. $75. 76.
Can the great man make it a 6th-century day? And bear in mind, both of his opponents have been world
83.
champions.
84.
I think John can have no complaints. I don't think he's played all that badly. He's been on the wrong end of sheer weight of scoring.
87. 89. $92.
That green was his 200th attempted pot this evening. He's knocked in 191 of them.
96.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, the crowd have loved this.
107.
It's been a truly amazing battle.
114 to have a match.
Simply
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
awesome.
Cheers, John, thanks.